Hello, my beautiful drone flying friends. So today we're going to talk about the 5 things you should consider before you buy a drone. If you're new to this channel, please remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification because I'm going to talk about everything drones, drone maintenance, new products, accessories, the lot. So please subscribe. Okay, let's talk about these 5 things. It can be pretty exciting when you're thinking about buying a new drone. I know that I couldn't get enough of Casey Neistat, and I was like, I'm going to include that in my vlog. And I was starting to look way more at the drones than I was the implications of owning a drone. Now, this video is based on an article. I've got a massive article that talks about 11 things that this video is based on. So go check that out on droneflyingpro.com. And type in things to consider before buying a drone, and you'll get to this article. The implications of owning a drone are that you can become a bit of a public nuisance. Besides that, there's also, are you buying the right drone for you? Is it going to do the things that you want it to do? All of these are important things to consider. So let's talk about the first one: rules, laws, and regulations. Boring. Okay, so the first thing that you need to consider before launching in and buying a drone is what sort of regulations and laws exist in, first of all, my country that I'm intending to fly the drone in, then the city, and then maybe your local state or province as well. Now, in Australia, where I'm based, the laws are regularly pretty good. Like, there's no massive sort of laws prohibiting you from flying. This DJI Mavic Air is under I think it's 2 kilograms, where you need to have a professional license, but there is talk about that changing. So you need to make sure that you're legal, that you're abiding by all of the regulations. In Australia, don't fly within 30 meters of people or transport, don't fly over crowds. All of that stuff is something I'm really hot on. And the thing is, when you're out and about flying, there are people that will come and tell you that you're breaking certain laws or regulations, and you just have to tell them. What I do is I apologize, I land and I stop, but a lot of the time, and all the time, they've been absolutely wrong. So knowing your laws and regulations, even though I've chosen to stop when I get confronted, because, what's the point? It's just a drone. I can go get some other footage. People do tell you to stop flying, even though they have no idea about the rules and regulations. In Adelaide, Australia, we've got a place where in the Southern Parklands you can fly an unmanned vehicle, and people tend to say, go fly there. But of course, that's boring and rubbish. So I do like to go to the beach. I do like to go to the hills and get some really awesome shots. So yes, rules and regulations, you have to be all over them. Otherwise, you'll buy a drone and you may get fined, but also you may just not be able to fly in the places that you want to fly. So go check it out. The second thing I think you consider are the features that you want the drone to have. Okay, so after you realize that you want to fly in a country and they allow you to, and you can do all of the shots that you want to do, the second thing is, okay, well, what features do I actually need in a drone? And so what I do is I write down 3 top things. Now, when I was buying this drone, it was all about emulating that vlog style. I was doing a LinkedIn vlog, a daily LinkedIn vlog to promote my business. And yes, I wanted to carry this everywhere with me. It needed to be small enough to fit in my backpack. It needed to be sort of powerful enough to get good images, and I wanted it fly for about 15 to 20 minutes because that was my pit stops on the way to work or towards a meeting and that sort of stuff. So this is the drone I settled on. There were more expensive drones that the business I was going to buy using the business's money. There was going to be more features and more cool things, but really they got bigger, they got too big, and so this was the most important thing, that I would carry it every day. The one below this at the time was the DJI Spark, and that didn't have the advanced sensors, and it looked a little bit more like a toy drone, like a beginner drone. And the one above this at the time was the Mavic Pro, and that was just too serious and too big to carry in my pack every day. And so this was just the perfect drone for me. And so yeah, it was small, it was able to fit in my backpack amongst my other stuff that I would carry on a day-to-day basis. It had okay, like high definition 4K footage, which is great. I only used HD anyway, and it was perfect. So yes, check the features you want. Don't just go for the best on the market. Look to see how you actually want to use your drone, and buy a drone that's best sort of matched up with those things. That's the only thing that really matters, not about boasting that you've got the best drone. Okay, so the third thing that you should consider is your flying experience and ability. Now, this is one thing where, I did not know how to fly a drone before I bought this one. So I needed something that was going to be easy for me to use. It had all of the smart flight features. It even has quick shot modes, dronies and helix and boomerang shots. So those were very important to me. And so the Mavic Air was just so brilliant, and the Mavic Air 2 is even better than that, and I would definitely buy that now, I think, if I was in the market for buying a new drone. And yes, so what is your skill set? The lower end of the market, the toy drones, they don't have any fancy geostabilization or obstacle avoidance, so they're cheap because you can crash them. And then sort of like a little bit further up, like the Rise Tello and the DJI Mini, they're starting to get a bit more serious, but they're lacking the advanced features like obstacle avoidance and sensors. So, the great thing about this drone is it stops when it gets a certain distance away from people or obstacles. So I really trust it. And that was important to me. So I spent a little bit more money that I wouldn't have got those features with the DJI Mini or the Spark. So yes, my skill level has to dictate the drone that I get, and I think you need to do the same thing, which is look at your skill level, look at what you want to do, and buy a drone that has the safety features or the automatic flight features that make your flight just pleasurable and nice. And this thing has a sports mode. The DJI Mavic Air has a sports mode, and that means it turns off all the sensors, which means if I just want to fang around as fast as I can, I can. I haven't, because I don't trust myself, but it is a next level up if I want to go that route. So I'm pleased it's there. But I like flying safely and securely, and this drone was just perfect for me, and you should choose a drone that is perfect for your flight experience as well. The fourth thing that I think you should think about are the replacement parts. So it is very common to buy a second battery and replace batteries, and also propellers. Like how much do they cost? Where are they? Are they easy to get hold of? I always carry one set of propellers with me at all times, and I've got 2 batteries, and that gives me more than enough flight time for what I want. Now, you do have to factor that into the cost of your drone and also the drone that you're buying. Like, there's no point buying a really expensive drone if the accessories and the replacement propellers and stuff that you want are hard to get, because it would just be a pain in the ass when you need to replace them. So yes, the fourth thing is to think about all of the propellers and batteries and any other little replacement parts that you may need. Are they easy? Are they relatively inexpensive? And can you get them in your country? That's so very important. The final and one of the most important things here are accessories. This is number 5, accessories. So I just finished a massive article on drone fishing on droneflyingpro.com. You can go check that out. But you can buy a little bait dropper that sits under here and it drops like baits, and you can do package releases. You've also got loads of other accessories, sun hoods that go over the controller. This is all folded up, but it goes over the controller so you can see this and the screen in bright sunshine. You've got landing pads. What do you actually want the drone to do, and what accessories do you need to make the flying experience better for you. Now, there are a ton of accessories and everyone's trying to sell you their accessory for the drone, but you don't need everything. I actually have only got a spare set of battery. I'm going to buy a landing pad because I do some beach launches and the sand and dust in Australia gets up into the gimbal, so I want to stop that. But that's about it. That's all I really need. So you need to consider what accessories are most important for you. Go check out droneflyingpro.com, and I've got a whole article on the, I think, 20 most used accessories for drone flyers. So go check that out. And those are the 5 things. There we are. I hope that was useful. Let me know in the comments what you would add to those 5 things before buying a drone. Did you buy a drone and regret it? Did you buy a drone and really like it because you made some certain hardcore decisions before buying? Let me know. And I shall see you in the next video.